we've been going over different things that you can do to keep yourself safe. I want to give you as many tools as I can to make sure that you are getting home safe at the end of your day. Today we are talking about defense. There's a 13,000 word escape and evasion course within this book, and it is tools, tips, tricks to keep yourself as safe as you can, because there's no one right method. There's not one method that's applicable to all situations, to all people, all places, and all times. So the minute we get some feedback, I want to make sure you have as many tools as you can. So, defense. Most of the pagans I've talked to about personal security tell me they carry a knife. In the next breath, they tell me they've never trained in knife fighting, self-defense, or any other combat art. They expect their instincts to take over. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. We don't rise to the challenge. We fall to the lowest level of our training every time. No matter what skills you choose to carry with you, train with it. These are perishable skills. We are able to pull off our lowest level of skill because there is no perfect scenario. The bad guy isn't going to stand there politely while you fumble at the bottom of your purse for pepper spray or keys to stab him with. Force on first scenarios are dirty, messy, and usually blessedly short. Don't get me wrong, it'll feel like an eternity spent wading through jello. Either the threat is eliminated, or the fight ends because one or both parties lose all momentum. Fights are exhausting. Remember that only one rule is survive. There's no such thing as dirty fighting. There isn't a ring. There are no points for style. Biting, scratching, clawing, anything you can do to make them rethink their life choices. If that means bouncing your attacker off a car or a fire hydrant, do it. You need to escape the threat. Your job is to make it home. If you can pull a fire hydrant out of your back pocket, great. But the rest of the time, you may need to improvise a weapon to defend yourself. When I teach this class in person, it's easy to grab a bag and improvise. So do me a favor and grab your bag. Briefcase, purse, backpack, whatever it is, whatever you've got, whatever you carry with you on a regular basis. I want you to dump it on the floor. Look at what you've got. As always, your objective is to escape to safety. Pens or pencils. As I mentioned before, pens are a great defensive tool. A good Sharpie makes a great ally. You're just putting the pointy part into soft tissue as hard as you can, repeatedly. There are plenty of spots right for poking, scraping, pinching, or gouging. Tactical pens are a great thing to keep on you, and as a security professional, I've never been stopped by security who wanted to take my pen going into a courthouse. I can walk in the door. It's right there on my person. Pens are great. Paper clips have 1,000 uses. You can pick handcuffs with them, simple door locks, complete a circuit, jab, gouge, and more. Magazines. Jab a tightly rolled magazine and it can break the skin. It can be used as a small defensive baton or offensive bat. Literally grab the nearest, if you have Cosmo, just tightly roll it. If you've got electrical tape, you can tape it closed, even better. Make it as tight a roll as you can. Poking, gouging, scraping, and hitting are all appropriate responses. Laptop power pack. It's already a dense object on a rope of sorts, and you can use it as a flail to hit someone from a distance, or a rope or cording to defend against punches and kicks, or even tie up the bad guy until police arrive. Tape. If you have electrical tape or duct tape, you can tape the magazine around the power pack and add more mass to your tools. Legal pad or notebook. See magazine. Phone can be used as a diversion so you can run away. Turn on the loudest music you can, throw that thing across the floor, and book to the other direction. Here's a note on martial arts versus combat arts. I get a lot of questions from people asking about martial arts. I have a black belt. This is part of my training before I even went into security. Pay attention. I have lots of questions from people looking to invest in themselves through martial arts. That's great. We need all the tools we can get. When it comes to which martial art is best, you'll get as many opinions as you do when you ask for which, a definition of magic is. Okay, there are striking arts, there are weapons-based arts, and there are This is important material, and I'm having a little bit of difficulty staying on topic because this is an emotional subject for me and for a lot of people. It's not about which martial art is the best. It's every person has a different need. Every community has a different desire. We're all looking to invest in ourselves and make ourselves more impervious to the dangers of the world. The simple truth is any training is better than none. Here are a few hints. Black belt factories do exist, so don't just walk into any place with tatos and pajamas. These martial arts franchises are best suited to helping children develop a sense of self-discipline and friends. They aren't bad places, but they might not be what you want. If you want a gym that'll help you lose some weight and keep you active, they're great. For learning more defense-oriented materials, as with most things, my philosophy is the smaller, the better. Small businesses, small farms, and small dojos. If I look at a handful of people working out of a hole in the wall, I'm there. That's just me. Staying alive isn't about points, referees, or belts. It's about the ability to stay in the fight, so to speak. If you want to spar against opponents for points, you'll be happier in martial arts franchises advertising karate or taekwondo. If you want to survive a knife attack, you want combat arts such as Krav Maga, Kali, Sanda, and the like. They're all great. They each have something to teach. You just need to understand the context of what is being shown. Kata, or form, without context is art. It's beautiful. If you decide to hit up a dojo, just be really honest with what you want and why you want it. I walked into my first dojo at 16 and told the very forthright woman in the office that I wanted to learn self-defense against rape. I spent the first 3 months learning that manoscape that I described earlier. Variations on the theme are what I did for the first 3 months, and for the first year was just self-defense. They didn't know if I was likely to stick around till black belt, and neither did I. It taught me a lot, and no matter what style is available to you, it has something to teach you too. Quick note, suffixes in martial arts very often end in do or jitsu, taekwondo, judo, jujitsu, aikido, aikijitsu. They're very telling about the practice that you'll find inside those walls. The suffix do means the way of and is more philosophical, can be meditative, and stresses de-escalation. It can provoke a great discussion about the way that the art is applied. The suffix jitsu is more fight-oriented, martial applications of that art. Nothing is wrong with either choice or choosing no art at all. We're all doing the best that we can with the tools that we're given. All we're looking for is better tools, and that's okay. If you have questions, it's okay to reach out, to ask in the comments, to really take a stock of what I've talked about here so far. I'm not going to judge the tools that you decide to use or decide not to use. You're going to know your situation the best. You know your own mental health, you know the environment in which you live, and the place where you spend most of your time. All I want to do is to give you as many tools as we can get to take that place to the next level. I want you to feel safe wherever you are. However I can help you get there, that's what I'm going to do.